speaking of like the perspective thing, like the choice of the he pronoun is something that people have commented on a lot, and like when like talking about the book in like the decades to follow, it like makes you see the aliens like more like just like more like subconsciously or like inherently as like more like male leaning than like androgynous, right? But then like so that you can argue that that's like a flaw of the book, and I think people did argue that, and I think that argument does have merit. We could also see it as like a pretty interesting like formal choice. What's I think is interesting about like people like I think of the book first for like the gender aspect of it, you know, because that part's like so like unusual. I think it was one of the first to like do that, but she actually didn't come up with that part first. She was like questioning what like a society without war would look like, I believe, and then like she made like the really obvious solution of like just like putting all these people into an environment that's like literally inhospitable to large scale mobilization like that. I think the gender part was like another aspect of like the war part that came later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the thing about her like being like this like sort of like stable like unchanging figure like and look with her opinions fixed like totally isn't true, because like she was actually like in this book like I think I told you about this before, but like she wrote like a couple of like retrospective essays on it in decades past where like she was like challenging the own ideas like she set up in it. There's like this one part I think in near like my favorite part of the book. It's the part where like essentially like they have to like make this trek across a really long iceberg, and it's like one of the toughest things like that anyone on that planet can do. And like obviously they become like a lot more close because like of like because of like the fortitude that like sort of journey requires, but also because of other things. And like being built up from the foundation, like the fact that like political developments here like in that planet like happen like so slowly, you know, and that like I mean like those types of cultures already exist in our world, but like probably not many of them would be like belonging to the demographic that would read this book. Just like being like light is the left hand of darkness, and darkness the right hand of light. Two are one, life and death, lying together like lovers in Khmer, like hands joined together, like the end of the way. It's crazy.